Okay, it's all on camera right now.
Coming to you from Creekside Country Club in Salem, Oregon, it's Sunset in Salem, a daily recap of the 61st Annual NAIA Men's Golf Championships. Now here's your hosts from the Creekside Clubhouse, Mark Colachico and Barrett Henderson.
Welcome to Sunset in Salem. This is Barrett Henderson, joined by Mark Colachico, recording here in Salem, Oregon at the Creekside Golf Club. Mark's second day of the NAIA Men's Golf National Championships, and it was better weather today and even better golf.
Definitely, Barrett. It was a much better weather day. Had a little bit of rain this morning, but it was able to pass over the area. And we've had a little bit of wind, but dry most of the time. A couple low scores this morning. We had a couple more low scores this afternoon, and we've seen a lot of jumping on the leaderboard.
Forecast this morning had a lot of rain coming this afternoon along with some wind, and I felt bad for those guys because yesterday they played in that bad weather in the morning, and I thought they were going to get it this afternoon. Turns out that the sun came out this afternoon.
It was a beautiful day out there. Sun popped through the clouds a couple times, so the course was able to dry out a little bit. We'll be able to talk to Coach David Lynn from Oklahoma Christian later, and we'll bring that up with him.
Oklahoma Christian, a team that did very well today. But looking at some of the other teams that had great days, Johnson and Wales of Florida is still currently on the course, right now in second place. And Our Lady of the Lake had a tremendous morning.
Definitely. They put up a 4 under 284. We're able to count three scores under par and an even par round, and that bolted them right up the leaderboard.
University of the Cumberlands from Kentucky, also a great day today. 3 over, 20 over in the tournament, and right now sitting in sixth place. But Mark, Coach Chris Kraftik and his boys had a great day today.
They did, and you talked to him a little bit this morning, and he said that, they felt a little bit more comfortable. They came out and played in the morning round. They were able to eat breakfast and get right out onto the course. They didn't have to wait very long, so that was a plus for them, and they really took advantage of it.
Let's go ahead and pull up that team leaderboard right now, and we'll take a look at the top 8. And Mark, if you look at the top 8 right now, Oklahoma Christian sitting in first place, and I know Coach Lynn is really happy to be in that position.
I bet he is, and we'll talk to him a little bit about that, as I said before. And Johnson and Wales, like you said, climbed up the leaderboard with Our Lady of the Lake thanks to their wonderful morning round. British Columbia is in there, as well as #1 ranked team Oklahoma City.
It should be an exciting third day, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and come back with Coach David Lynn.
Sigh.
Hey, ergonomic desk chair. Something wrong.
I'm useless, bed. With Red Lion's improved wireless internet, I never get sat on anymore. People just work on their laptops wherever they feel most comfortable.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't been emailed from in days.
Guilty.
We were driving from Portland to California for a bike race when a tire went flat. We limped into Les Schwab, but it was closed for the night. Hoping for some good Les Schwab mojo, we began changing it ourselves. Just then, John appeared and reopened the store. He quickly assessed that all the tires were about to go and got us a new set so we could make the race. Super John deserves a medal for rescuing our road trip. I'm Kim Brown, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1950.
Welcome back to Sunset in Salem. I'm Mark Colachico, and I'm joined by Oklahoma Christian head coach David Lynn. Coach Lynn, good job today.
Thanks for having us, Mark.
Even par round, not bad. Bogstrand was able to put in a 1 under. Struggled a little bit at the turn, but was able to pick it back up. How do you feel about how the guys played?
Feel fantastic, Mark. Our goal coming out this week was to have 5 guys in the mix, and we had 1 guy struggle yesterday. Ali struggled a little bit yesterday. It was his first round in the national championship. But today, whole different story. We had 5 guys grinding it out today, all even under par all day long, and that is a huge advantage to have that when you know that at any one time, 1 guy can screw up a little bit, and it's not that detrimental to the team. And for them to all be able to look around and see each other doing well really lifts their spirits and keeps them positive. And just really proud of them the way they played today.
You went out a little early yesterday. You had one of the first tee times. You were able to play a little, rest a little bit at the hotel last night and into today. You didn't have to get up quite as early, and you were able to come out and play this afternoon. Talk about the difference between the weather yesterday. You had torrential downpour at some time, and then today you came out, wind, no rain, a little bit of sun.
Yeah. Yesterday was brutal. We don't play in those kind of conditions, and we talked a little bit about that yesterday, but It was great today to get up and see a little sunshine when we got up last night. We went to the movies. We had a nice dinner. We just relaxed. Got up this morning and, kids took a little hot tub and worked out a little bit and just kind of relaxed, and that was great. Just kind of gave us a chance to reset. Went to have a nice meal and came out to the golf course, and lo and behold, it's windy. Which is, we're from Oklahoma, and that's where we're comfortable. Give us a little 15-mile-an-hour wind, and that's great. So we know that the other teams tend to falter in those conditions, and so that gives us extra confidence because we're just used to playing in those conditions.
A little bit later, Coach, we're going to talk about the Champions of Character projects that we've been doing. I heard you guys got a chance to do yours today. Talk a little bit about that.
We actually didn't get a chance to do that. We, timing-wise, didn't allow us to do that. But I will talk about it because it's something that I stress with my team all the time. And we've worked with the first tee. I've put my kids in position to exemplify those characteristics. And I think that that's an extremely important initiative that the NAIA chooses for us to have. And we are glad to be a part of that. And I think that that's something that sets the NAIA apart and makes them special. They don't do that at the other divisions, and that is one of the things that we really appreciate about the NAIA, especially coming from Oklahoma Christian University, where those same core values are extremely important to our athletes and to our administration. So we feel lucky to be a part of the NAIA in that sense, to be able to do those things and show those type of characteristics to the schools or to whoever it might be.
Right, definitely. I know those kids probably enjoyed having, even though you weren't able to make it, I know they would have enjoyed talking to your guys.
They did, and I talked to Coach Halsey at Southern Nazarene, who got to go. We just didn't finish early enough to get over to the school yesterday with how long the rain took to play golf. But Steve said he had a great time, and I know that Southern Nazarene does a lot of the same things we do, and we're 15 miles away from each other in Oklahoma City. So I appreciated Coach Halsey being there to represent the NAIA and the schools, and we were sorry we missed it.
And 36 holes left. You guys are in the lead right now. Talk about your mindset, how you're going to talk to the guys over the next few days. And I take it probably most of these guys have played at the national level in this type of competition, whether it's at the NAIA level or at the junior level, coming from overseas. Talk about your mindset and what you're going to talk to your kids about for the next 36 holes.
Well, we're in the position we came here to be in. We wanted to be around the lead after a couple rounds. You want to be within striking distance. If we're leading, that's great. I don't think that our game plan will change one way or the other, whether we were 4 shots back in 4th place or leading by 4. We're happy to be in the lead. That's great. That's great. That's where we want to be, and we're comfortable being in there. We won 6 tournaments this year, I believe, so we're comfortable playing from the lead. But it's not going to change our game plan. We want to put it in the fairway. Putting it in the fairway out here is premium. Talk to the head pro, Dana, and that's all he'll tell you. Fairways and greens out here. And if you have a chance to be in the fairway, then you have a chance to score. And I don't think there's a better example of that than Wilhelm, the way that he's played the last couple of days. Fairways and greens is his speciality, and he has come here and done that, and he's been rewarded with the score that he shot so far. So I'm going to continue to stress the same game plan that we've chosen to play this golf course under, and keep the guys calm and keep them loose and see how we do.
Well, Coach, good luck. Thanks for joining us today on Sunset in Salem.
Thanks, Mark.
And we'll be back in just a couple minutes after this commercial, and we'll have Wilhelm Bogstrand from Oklahoma Christian on with us.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sigh.
Hey, ergonomic desk chair. Something wrong.
I'm useless, bed. With Red Lion's improved wireless internet, I never get sat on anymore. People just work on their laptops wherever they feel most comfortable.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't been emailed from in days.
Guilty.
And welcome back to Sunset in Salem. I'm Mark Colachico, and I'm joined now by Wilhelm Bogstrand from Oklahoma Christian. Wilhelm, how you doing?
Pretty good, thanks.
Good round today. You came in at 1 under, started on the back 9. You were 3 under going at the turn. I was able to go out there a little bit and watch you on the second hole. Struggled a little bit, 3-putted, but you were able to come back. How do you feel about your round?
No, it was a solid round. Came off to a good start on the back 9 and or on my front 9. But yeah, it was good, and had a couple putts on coming in, but it was all right. Other than that.
Talk about the weather a little bit. Like I talked with Coach Lynn, you played in the morning yesterday. You had rain pretty much the entire time. You came out today. The sun came out a little bit. How does that make you feel?
Well, it was nice with the sun coming out. It's a huge difference from yesterday. And although it's quite windy today, but like Coach said, we're used to that. So, and it's just, as he said too, it's just a matter of hitting fairways and greens out here. And with the wind picking up, that makes it even harder. But yeah, I felt like I did a good job of it, and by looking at the scores, it looks like my team did a good job of it too. So
yeah, yes, definitely. You know, even par round 288.
Yeah.
You're sitting in second place, heading into with 36 holes remaining. How do you feel?
Feels good. Yeah, hopefully we can keep it going and see how it ends up.
And you talked about fairways and greens most of the way. Is that your mindset for the last 2 rounds?
Definitely, yeah. And hopefully we can roll in a couple of putts as well, and then it should be good.
Good. Well, Wilhelm, we want to wish you good luck the rest of the way, and we thank you for joining us.
All right.
And we'll be back right after this with Barrett Henderson and myself, and we'll look at the individual leaderboard.
There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Build character for life at championsofcharacter.org.
Welcome back to Sunset in Salem. Mark Colachico joined by Barrett Henderson. Barrett, we're going to take a chance now to look at the individual leaderboard. Currently, Brandon Meltzer from Johnson & Wales is sitting atop the leaderboard at an impressive 5 under today, 4 under for the tournament. Wilhelm Boogstrand, who just joined us, is sitting in second with first-round leader Nathan Anderson third. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that Brandon Meltzer came ready to play today on day 2. He's come out and had a 5 under today, and you know, everybody's talking about the weather, and Brandon just came out from Florida, mind you, not used to this weather, and he's shooting a terrific round today.
One thing, and Brandon was here earlier in October with the Wildcats from Johnson & Wales as they competed in the NAIA Fall Preview. So good thing is he's seen this course. It was kind of pretty similar weather at that time, so he's used to this a little bit. But as you said, an impressive round, and he is still out on the course. So as we say, we'll have to see what he does later. And for those final results, obviously you can check out golfstatresults.com or NAIA.org.
And then you got a couple guys from Canada, Carson Callis from Victoria, British Columbia, and Scott Secord from British Columbia, both come out and shoot 1 under today. And then Ali Tidcombe from the University of Cumberland shoots 2 under. So he had another great round today. But really, we saw terrific golf on the second day. Tomorrow, weather might dip a little bit below par, excuse the pun, but I think that it's going to be kind of back to where it was yesterday. But we'll see, if Brandon Meltzer can come out and have the same kind of round tomorrow.
It'll be interesting to see how these guys play tomorrow. They'll be playing just about the same time in the afternoon, just based on their team scores. But interesting story. You had a chance to sit down with a couple of players from Simpson University earlier today.
Yeah, it was Marcus and Mitch Card from Simpson University, and kind of a unique story as Marcus is a freshman and Mitch a senior. Well, in this case here this week, their coach couldn't get here until I believe yesterday, and it was the freshman who got to coach the senior. So we're going to go ahead and play that interview now. Well, guys, a little bit different start to the national championships for you. Marcus here was your coach, Mitch, and Marcus is a freshman, Mitch, you're a senior.
That's right.
How did it feel taking some instruction from a freshman?
It was just like having a regular caddy, although I got to yell at him, which most players don't get to yell at their coaches.
You got to blame me a lot for everything.
That's right.
Now, Marcus, is coaching something you'd like to do in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I really feel comfortable out there, and I know that, like, I was talking to him all day about it, you know, what if I really was your coach? That'd be really cool. And he's like, you don't have any experience in that. Yeah. I was like, well, you got to start somewhere. So I guess this is a pretty good opportunity.
So now your coach, you couldn't make it for the first couple of days. Marcus, you got to go to the coaches meeting. What was it like being in a room full of a whole bunch of coaches?
You know, honestly, it was interesting from a player's point of view because they talked about what they talked about was logistics of the tournament and how everything went, and not about play on the course, and so it was interesting. I actually asked a question during it because it didn't get answered, and so it was pretty interesting to see everything that went on during the coaches meeting, and it was kind of fun that he couldn't go and I could.
Now, Mitch, how is Marcus's game? Is it easy taking instruction from him?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. He's a very technical guy, so he could help me out with the technical parts of my game. Putting was a big part today. He kind of helped me out with that. He's made some putts coming in, saved my round. It was great.
How have you played the first couple of days here?
Not my best rounds of the year, but I still have a chance of making the cut, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Marcus, is this a place you'd like to be here in the future?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty awesome. Mainly, I'd like to be a swim coach, but college coach is pretty similar to life. So it just depends on where life takes me. So.
Now, how about as a player? Would you like to make the national?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know that I got a lot of time, and it'll be interesting to see how my game develops over the years, and I'm really excited to come back. Maybe next year. We'll see what happens. So.
Well, best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
My friends and I were driving to the Salt Lake Airport to fly to a music teachers conference when our tires started going flat. We called the Les Schwab in Ogden, Utah, and they said,
"Come on in."
They were so fast, we didn't even eat the free popcorn.
There you go.
And we even made our flight. In a world where such great customer service is not always the case, it's nice to know there's Les Schwab. I'm Bonnie Lamborn, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Now back to the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's Sunset in Salem with Mark Colachico and Barrett Henderson.
Welcome back to Sunset in Salem from Creekside's Clubhouse in Salem, Oregon. Barrett, we've had a great staff here at Creekside. You know, from the general manager, Dennis Whitlock, to the head pro, Dana London, all the way down to the assistant pro, TJ. Just a great group of people to work with.
Yeah, you cannot put on an event like this without great volunteers, a great staff. Kristen Gillette from the NAIA, Eric Chapman as well, also from the NAIA came, and Rob Cashel, commissioner of the Cascade Conference, and not to mention the several volunteers we have out here on the course, from the live scoring to just hole by hole. It's just unbelievable the turnout we've had.
Yeah, and Danny Bisgard, the head of volunteers, has done such a great job, as you said. You had a chance this morning to sit down with Dennis Whitlock, the general manager. How'd that go?
Dennis is a great guy, and it's a fun interview, so we'll go ahead and play that now. Talk about the excitement that's built up towards this event and bringing it here.
This has been just a fantastic experience. We started this process about 2 years ago, and bidding for to be the host golf course for the NAIA National Championship, and thank goodness we were selected for it. And it's just been a lot of fun seeing great competition, great young men coming in and playing golf, and I just can't tell you how excited I am about having the event out here.
You mentioned the 2-year period building up to this. Talk about the planning that went in to bringing this event here.
Well, it's a joint effort of many different groups. The Cascade Conference, Rob Cashel, and of course Kristen Gillette from NAIA. We've done numerous meetings, numerous organizational meetings to put this together, and it's taken quite a bit of time. Monthly, there for a long time, we had meetings, and then when we decided, or when we were chosen, we put together our own committees for inside the club to run volunteers and run the rules officials and all of the support items that need to be done in order to have an event like this here.
Tell us a little bit about Creekside, the events that it hosts, and when it opened, and the designer of the course.
Well, the golf course was opened, the 9 holes was opened in 1993 and it was designed by touring pro Peter Jacobson. Terry Kelly purchased the golf course in 2002 from American Golf, and his commitment at that time was to get this golf course back into the championship condition that Peter Jacobson had designed it to be. And so over the last 10 years, we've reinvested many dollars and have brought this golf course back into a place where the venue like this can be a good national venue like it is this week. Peter Jacobson, it's a very unique golf course. It's not the traditional tree-lined golf course. Each hole is very distinct, and each hole has its own character. So as the players are out there, they have to really kind of think their way around this golf course in order to score well.
Yeah, some of these teams from the Midwest and the South, they're not only getting to experience the weather this week, but just the overall terrain of this course.
Yes, there's some elevation change. The greens are very subtle, so there's not a lot of break to the greens, and they're very difficult to read at times. The winds can play havoc on the game because of the way they swirl down through this canyon. Some people will say you can play 18 holes of golf and have the wind in your face the whole time, but it's hardly true.
Now, off of the course, tremendous clubhouse here at Creekside. What are the other events and tournaments that go on here throughout the year?
Well, we've hosted a U.S. Senior Amateur event. We've hosted a U.S. Senior Open regional events. We do numerous events with the PGA, or the Oregon Golf Association. They seem to like to come to Creekside, and so we've hosted quite a few.
Well, Dennis, we appreciate taking time, and thanks for having us here this year.
Thank you very much, Rick.
And that was Dennis Whitlock, General Manager here at Creekside Golf Club. Unbelievable generosity here at the course we found this week. And, they haven't said no quite a bit, but not only here at Creekside, just the tremendous staff at Corbin. We really want to thank you guys and the help that you guys have put on. And Mark, another great entity here at the tournament this week is Fore Salem.
Definitely, Fore Salem has really stepped it up. Fore Salem, it's a golf term, not that you want to hear very often on the golf course, because that means duck or get out of the way. But it's apropos for this tournament. 4 entities of Fore Salem: Corbin University, Salem Academy High School, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Salem Leadership Foundation. And a big thank you to Joey and Teresa Blubaugh, who really came up with the idea of Fore Salem and threw it out to the community with a quartet of nonprofit organizations that have really joined together to become Fore Salem and have really stepped up as the title sponsor for this wonderful event here in the Willamette Valley.
We'll have to get Sam Skillern in here as well from Fore Salem, and he can talk a little bit more about that. But Mark, part of these great national championships events, community outreach with the Champions of Character. Let's talk a little bit about Champions of Character right now.
And Kristen Gillette from the NAIA office is our Champions of Character leader, the head of that program. And it's got 5 core character values: integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. And that really is what all of these schools embrace and they teach their kids. Coach Lynn talked about it a little bit earlier in the show. Really, that's what the Sooner Athletic Conference pushes. That's what Oklahoma Christian pushes. I know that's what Corbin pushes, as well as Eastern Oregon University, where you're from, Barrett. So a big thing, and Dave Johnson, the athletic director from Corbin University, really took the bull by the horns on this community outreach, and really brought a lot of the schools. Over half of the field today alone was involved in of some sort of community outreach through this Champion of Character program. So, and I know these kids enjoyed it a lot, and I know we're going to go ahead and look at a video right now, just kind of showing the excitement that these kids had and just how much these kids really just embraced this Champions of Character community outreach.
And in this video, Corbin head women's basketball coach Terry Williams, he did a fantastic job with this, so we'll go ahead and play this video.
Hi! Hi! Hey! Hi, what's up?
Daniel is the coach of this fine group of young men from Kansas, and go ahead and introduce your squad. Go ahead, man, introduce yourself. All right, he's going to have them introduce themselves.
I'm from Kansas as well. My name's James Liddell, I'm from Liverpool, up in England. And Ben Johnson from London, England.
Let's talk about Our Lady of the Lake University here for just a moment. They're from San Antonio, Texas. I've driven by your university 2 different times, and I want my women's basketball team to come down there and play golf with you guys.
All right.
Okay, I think we're on. Can you guys, they're from Texas. Do you know which direction Texas is? Can you guys all point to Texas? Where's Texas? Now, it's a huge state. It's so big, you can point any direction. You're probably right. Where's Texas? You guys keep pointing that way. It's like they all know the ocean's that way, so anything else must be that way. Right?
Set the ball in net så här. Och så tar handen på, rakt ut. Sån. Och så vi träffar. Som Heikki gör det som Victor upp, så blir alltså Ove. Och så sätter kluven ner. Och har linjen som går rätt med huvud. Och gör sån. Up.
What he just said. Dave, I'll take it.
Ahora, apunta ok, entonces hazlo para atrás.
Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's not bad. Go quick, go! Go, hurry! One.
It's got a chance. It's got a chance.
Short and slow.
Put it back right there. Put it to like right there. And go through. Let's try something. That's better. Give it a little bit more, you know?
Make it a belly putter for it. Okay, then want to aim it right at the hole. And then nice. Too much adrenaline.
It's almost like I had taught her how to play. Respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. And listen, servant leadership isn't a contradiction of terms. They go together. We serve and lead at the same time. Listen, athletes, I'm going to ask you, how does golf and competing in collegiate sports, and I'm just going to ask for you to speak up wherever you're at, how does collegiate golf teach you character and these qualities: integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, servant leadership? How does intercollegiate sports help you learn these values?
Take responsibility
accountability for your own actions and for what you're doing all the time.
Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
That was from across the pond.
So did we have to answer?
Yes.
Golf's one of the few sports where you have to take the rules into your own hands and be as honest as you can. That's where integrity comes along. You know what I mean? We don't always have a referee or an umpire or anyone like that around, so to be true to yourself is to be true to the game, and so you keep the rules and abide by them.
They're not cheating. They have integrity and they follow the rules. Good answer. We got one more example.
I guess like respect. You learn to respect your playing partner. You know how they play. You know how slow or how fast they play, and you know I guess that's it. You know, just have respect for everyone.
Lots of respect, and he brought up another point there that was part of it too, is sportsmanship. I heard lots of, hey, have a good game to the partners as they teed off in the morning. Have a good round. Respect each other, sportsmanship. And listen, these guys are from different places, and they're together. And that's what sports are all about. And they teach those things, and that's what life is all about. Okay, listen, one last thing here. And I hope you guys will take that with you, seriously, take that with you, because that's how you get through life. You don't get through life by fighting and bickering with each other and cheating and going the other way. You get through life by following these core values. And I hope you'll take that with you. Now, these guys have these cards, or you have the cards, I mean, and they have the pens, I think. Do we? Yeah. No? Yeah, no. They're around. They would be delighted to get writer's cramp for the next few minutes and give you their autograph. Right now, you can get their autograph. Go!
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student-athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Welcome back to Sunset in Salem. Barrett Henderson and Mark Colachico. And that's just about does it for the second day here at the NAIA Men's Golf National Championships. Looking ahead to day 3. I know it seems like we're talking about it quite a bit, Mark, but everyone's talking about it, and that's weather. Looking at tomorrow's weather, forecasted 70% chance of rain, high of 57. So not too encouraging right now, but like I said earlier in the show, we had morning forecast of rain this afternoon, and that all went away, so we'll hope for the best tomorrow.
I think the big thing, Barrett, and being from around here, I've been able to play this course a lot. I've been able to see the weather come through here. And Creekside seems to be in kind of a weather pattern bowl, if I can say that correctly. Unfortunately, I'm not a meteorologist, which might be a good thing. But a lot of times you've seen either the weather go completely around Creekside as it did today, or hit it really hard. So we're going to just have to hope and pray that that bowl and that wind pattern continues to where the weather just continues right around the golf course, leaves this place dry for the guys to play, and possibly post another low score. And as people saw during the video, we had breaking news all of a sudden. Johnson & Wales' Brandon Meltzer posts a 65, 7 under par. He has a 4-stroke lead going into tomorrow's round.
Well, Meltzer, like I said, not too worried about the weather out here. He's just played golf and taken advantage, and that's just a phenomenal score. And really, if you play a good round tomorrow, you make that cut, and you make it to Friday's final round, then you got a 10% chance of rain with high 60s forecasted.
Yeah, and that's going to be big right there. If this golf course can get some sun, can dry out a little bit, the greens will be running a little bit faster. You'll be able to stop the ball a little bit quicker. And, depending on where they put the pins, that's going to be another big thing. Unfortunately, we don't know the pin placements yet for that final day. But, as you say, Wilhelm Boogstrand from Oklahoma Christian, talked about it earlier. Fairways and greens, and you're on the dance floor, and you're going to be posting a pretty low score if you can do that. You'll be around par, maybe even under, but as long as your fairways and greens on this course stay out of the rough, you've got a good chance.
And I look out for Wilhelm tomorrow. He's been real consistent. Right now, 2 under par. and I'd expect a lot more of that tomorrow. And Oklahoma Christian, I think they're going to do well tomorrow, and I think that they will have that number 1 spot after day 3.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's going to be a big thing. I think, as Coach Lynn talked about, if they can get consistent play from all 5 of their guys, that's going to be huge for them. As you're looking right now, they have a 6-stroke lead after posting a even par 288 this afternoon. They've got a 6-stroke lead over Our Lady of the Lake from San Antonio, Texas. So it's going to be a battle. No matter what happens, if the weather's bad or if the weather's good, it's going to be a battle between Oklahoma Christian, Our Lady of the Lake, and Johnson & Wales from Florida.
And you can't count out the number 1 team, Oklahoma City, right now sitting 5th at 19 over, and they still actually are finishing up tonight, so they are far from done in this one. So exciting day 3 coming up, and that's going to do it for day 2. I'm Barrett Henderson. This is Mark Colachico, and same time, same place tomorrow, 8 p.m. We'll be broadcasting on NAIA.org. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned tomorrow night here on NAIA.org for more action from the NAIA Men's Golf National Championships.